golden on the silver. Blame it on the love I used to give you. Baby, you could never buy no better. Ooh, you're gonna pay for this forever.
So I'm gonna be doing ombre. I'm gonna be using this hot pink and this nude. The pink is by Valentino. I'll tell you what color. Valentino 123, and then this is Me Secrets Cover Rose. So I had the hardest time trying to get this tip on this thing. I was planning on using my fake hand, but it wasn't sticking on that either, so I made it work. Okay, so you're gonna pick up a bead, and when you have colored acrylic, you're gonna want a thin layer. You're not gonna want no thick layer, because that's just wasting it. Like, and then you don't want to put it on the middle of like where it's gonna blend out. You're gonna put it below, right? And you're gonna put it down, and they're gonna blend it upwards. That way you don't have like a harsh line when you blend in that nude, okay? And you just kind of paint. So that's the thing about colored acrylic is you do not want to be using too much, because that's just wasting. Like, y'all got money to waste like that, go all for it, but I don't, okay? So you're just going to use a thin layer, and you just want to get that color there, and once that color's there, then that's it. Don't even worry about it. Might be thin, but that's fine, because we're going to encapsulate it, okay? So you want to make sure that pink is kind of blended. It don't got to be super blended, just a little bit, so that, like I said, when you put the nude down, it's not a super harsh line. So you see me going there and put another little bead and just blending that upwards. Okay, y'all see that? Now I'm going to get my bead of my nude. And this we're going to put close to the cuticle, but not all the way on the cuticle. And then kind of push it up towards the cuticle. When I do it, obviously this is on a real hand, so it's kind of hard, but we could just imagine, okay? So I just push it up towards the cuticle, and that makes it look the best. And then I'm going to take the end of my brush, this part right here, not the belly, the end of it, and just kind of flick it down, okay? You're just going to do that all around. And then we'll take another bead of my nude. Obviously, not everybody's going to use the same amount of beads. You got to use what works for you. So I'm going to go ahead, not all the way at the cuticle, but I'm going to push it up just to get that link, okay? And I'm going to take the tip of my brush and just blend it down. And it's okay to go on top of the pink. That's the point. You're blending it. You want the colors to look mushed together. So you're going to end up touching those colors together. Okay, y'all. And now, right now, yes, it's blended, but that is not as best as it can be. So we're going to go ahead and take another bead, kind of where you see that line at. Not super big bead, just like a medium, just small size bead, okay, y'all? And we're going to put it right there. We're going to blend up. And then we're going to go ahead and blend down. And when you're using the nude, you're just trying to cover that line. Sometimes I go like this, and this, I'm not going to say it's good. Sometimes I do it where I wipe it when it's too much on the pink, and then it kind of creates a line, and I blend that line like that. I don't know if y'all seen what I just did. So I'm going to wipe it off the pink because that's too much on the pink than I like. And then I'm just going to take my brush and blend it down like that. Okay? Okay, now this is not exactly to my liking, so I'm going to take another bead. Like I said, it has many beads as you need. Okay. Not everybody is the same. Okay, we can't all do this in one bead, 2 beads, 3 beads. It's whatever you need. So you're just doing the same thing. You're going to blend it upwards, blend it down, and you're just going to use the end of your brush, okay? You don't want to use the belly of your brush because it's going to put too much pressure, and then it's going to smush down, and it's going to mess up the whole design. Now this is coming together. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, y'all see that? I think I'm gonna do one more tiny bead of nude, because this nude isn't as opaque as I would want it to be. You know, every tech got their own style, so you do it to your liking. You could have stopped way earlier. You could have stopped You could do more beads than I do, you know, whatever. You do it until you feel comfortable with how it's blended. Alright, and then when you're done, you're going to take a big bead of clear. I place mine in the middle just so I can encapsulate that clear. And to me, the clear low-key like blends it even more. So if you're not like super happy with it, that clear is definitely gonna help you out. And then look at it, y'all. That looks so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and encase the whole thing, put a small bead towards the tip, another bead towards the cuticle. And this is just so when you file it, well, one, you're building your structure when you encapsulate it. Because with the colored acrylic, you just get in that color. But with the clear, you're encapsulating it and you're getting that shape you want, the structure, the apex, and you're also capping it. That way when you file, you don't end up filing off all that work you just did to blend it. Okay, y'all. Okay. I hope that was simple enough for y'all. So encapsulation is super duper easy. I think we'll just do it on the same. No, actually, let me grab some. You see how we just laid that real thin, well, it don't have to be thin, but y'all know how we just laid down that acrylic. If you just put down a thin piece, right, and you didn't build it up yet, that's perfect. Or even before you encapsulate it, actually, you would take your gold and you would just put it down, or whatever you're encapsulating, you put it down. All right, kind of pat it into the acrylic. If I can pick it up. All right. Okay, y'all, and then we're gonna pat it as flat as we can. And then we're gonna take a big bead of clear. Again, don't gotta be big bead, you can use as many small beads as you want. This is how I do it. And again, I put it off in the middle. And then you kind of just wipe it over. Now, I know how I'm wiping it over, right? And it's going to look thin. I'm going to put another bead on top. You do not want the clear too thin, because when you file, and if that clear is too thin, you're going to file everything you just did right off. Okay, y'all? So don't, when you're encapsulating, you cannot have that top. You can't have your encapsulation layer too thin, because then you're just going to end up filing off all that you just worked so hard for. See? It's coming off right now, and I'm not even filing it. That's because I ain't pressed that part in too good. My fault, my bad. Yeah. And this is nothing, y'all. I know some texts be saying to use the belly of your brush, but I normally use the belly for like shaping the sides. But I normally use like the tip or the edge of it to really be shaping and putting these down. Because I feel like when I use the belly of the brush, right? I'll show you. If I go like that, I'm going to push it all down. I'm push all the product I just put down there away. So that's why you want to flip, because you want to keep the bulk. Unless when you're pushing, you try to move the bead around, yeah, you use the belly. But when you just try to get it to blend, you just use the tip of your brush. Because if you use the belly, then you're going to move all that acrylic that you just put there. And then what's the point? Exactly. Okay, so I think we're looking good. I'm going to put a little bit right there, a little bit right there, because I can see that it's not encapsulated good, and I know as soon as I go to file it, it's gonna be a mess, and we don't need it. So put that there. Another thing to keep in mind, when you do ombres, red and black are the hardest colors to blend because they are primary colors, okay? Red, black, and blue, and dark blue. Those are the hardest colors to blend because those are primary colors, y'all. So if you having a hard time blending them out, don't worry about it, okay? Just like I said, you want to take a little bit and kind of flush it up, and that'll help your blend look more precise rather than having that harsh line. So once you feel comfortable with how much you encapsulated, you think it's all encapsulated good, you know, nothing will come off when you file, then you just go ahead and let it dry and file. And that's that. And I'm gonna file off camera, put the top coat on, and show y'all what we did, okay? Hey y'all, so I just got done, finished filing and putting on the top coat. This is what it looks like. Look at the blend, and then look at the encapsulation. Yes, so just make sure you try to follow those tips I gave you. You know, the thin layer of colored acrylic, the flicking of your brush to minimize that harsh line, and using clear acrylic to encapsulate it all and build your structure with your clear acrylic. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helps you. Have a good day.